Yo folks, and welcome. In today's video we'll be talking about Time Defenders, a tower defense RPG brought to you by Vespa or Vespa Games, the same people who did the King's Raid and sort of RPGs in that sense. We're going to be doing our first impressions, semi-tier list, and reroll guide / tips. Let's go ahead and jump right into the combat / gameplay so you guys can get a sort of feel on how this game is operating. So right here we are brought into sort of the overworld. I like to bring it down to ×1 speed when I'm first starting the game, and you can see there's like little blue spirits telling you where the enemies are going to be flowing, going, and this is the checkpoint that we have to essentially save, right? So we're going to go ahead and place our defenders right here, and defenders are super important because of course they're going to be the ones that take the heat of the damage, and you want them to essentially be the tanks so that you won't lose the stage, right? Same sort of feel as Arknights. Time Defenders is a lot more, I would say, touchy-feely, more interactive because touch the skills and pay attention. Where I feel like Arknights, it's more lane placement and you have to use particular characters. With this one, there's not really as many characters or character archetypes because there's only really like the defender, there's like a healer, there's an archer, and then there's sort of like a caster in some ways. And the caster sort of acts like a archer in some ways. Right now I'm placing another sort of archer right here. And I guess you could say there's like some units who are lower entry based, making them easier to cast. But these are going to be a lot of the base units that you get starting off from the game. And what I really like about the base units is that most of the base units are highly viable. So we're going to go ahead and place the main character right here. It's going to be this guy. And you can see their faces are sort of glowing yellow right here. If you actually tap their face, they're going to be casting a skill. And you can trigger it where you see fit. And right here, we're going to be casting the shields, all right? Now, this meter right here is what allows us to cast the units or heroes or waifus, whatever you want to call them, onto the field. And you can see, even though it's at ×1 speed, it still feels like everything is flowing pretty quickly, which is why I think this game is different in Arknights, because in Arknights, it feels like you can slow the game down a little bit more. You're more methodical where you place the units. I know I'm doing way too many comparisons, but this is a tower defense RPG, and Arknights is sort of like the best one and like the meter that everyone starts to hold tower defense RPGs on. And I think where this game shines is the fact that it's just 3D and it looks a little bit different comparative to Arknights. I won't say it's better, but at the same time, I like how everything looks and I like the feeling of how interactive everything is in its own ways. And obviously the creatures and monsters you are taking down, they look a lot more devastating in some ways, at least in a more graphical sense. And then this is going to be our clear time. So for auto plays, it'll do the clears a little bit faster in case you want to get more efficient. I'm sure you guys will sort of come back to this in case you're like, oh, I really need to farm something. This, that, and the third with Gacha games because we do farmings and all that. And the game has this like sort of habit to bring you into the next stage. So if you like that sort of thing, go for it. I'm going to go ahead and jump out so we can get a look at the rerolls and other things that has Time Defenders flowing. Alright, so now we're at the stage selection screen, and here's a look at the UI. In my opinion, it looks really great, very visually easy on the eyes. And don't forget to claim this special attendance because it's going to be giving you an SSR ticket. And then don't forget to go into the mails right here to claim all these jewels, fantastic things, and another SSR ticket. But this one's going to be going from N, so like very bottom tier, all the way to like the most highest tier. So if you go right here into the inventory and you want to use those items, one ticket that goes through all the different grades, and then one pure SSR ticket. I like how it says free as if something's different. We'll take a look at it a little bit later. And then you can go right here. I'm just going through like the initial beginner tips. That way we can get everything on board. And you go into the event right here, go ahead and claim this doodad. Thank you very much. More free rewards. Because this game, there's a lot of different things. Claim this as well. It's going to be free. And another SSR ticket. So, well, it might be an SSR, it might not be. And in case you want to do the rerolls, jump into like the settings and then you go through the different menus. And it's not that difficult. You just type in this phrase, and after you type in this phrase, you delete your account. It's going to make you go through some extra hoops. But at the end of the day, once you complete it, it'll be a brand new fresh account, however way you want to do this, right? And then in case you like don't have a feeling for all the different characters, you can go into the database right here, and then you can jump into the different characters and how they look and how they feel. Now, the ones that I'm going to be recommending to you are going to be Beatrice right here, Carmiana, hopefully I'm saying that right, and Striga. Those are the 3 SSRs and then Akira if you want a support or you're, doing some extra stuff in some ways, right? So if you jump right here into the browsers, and I'll leave links in the description, huge thank yous to meow #8796. And this is brought to you by the Discord. I'll leave links down in the description for that one. So you can see SSR Kamiyana, Beatrice, and Striga, SR Natalia, Stria. These are all the different characters that you can sort of reroll for. And here's sort of a look at the tier list, right? In case you're like, oh, which ones are sort of the best units and whatnot. And here's more of a long flowing explanation as how to these characters sort of flow. And this is going to be brought to you by u/counterfp or another creator. And here's going to be a look at some of the things. In case I want to get like more of a, I guess, balance roll, I want someone like this tank right here because he infinitely revives himself and he's an SR. So I want to balance my SSRs and my SRs. That's how I want to say it, right? So let's go ahead and jump back. After you complete 1-4 or 1-5, I believe within like the main stories and stuff, you're going to be unlocking the time engine, and the time engine is actually going to be giving you a 30 by 30. So if you hit open all right here, or you can click each one individually, you will get, the screens of the summons and whatnot. So here's going to be the waifu. She's not the one that I'm personally looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this, or we can look at the animation so we can see how lovely and gorgeous she is. So right there, definitely a diva in her own right. So you can see summon again, the Epic 7 sort of mechanics. Let's look at the summon screen so you guys can get a vibe and sort of a feeling and how it looks. It's going to be gold in order for it to be a rare. There's going to be our SSR right there. I guess a silhouette in some ways. And you can click them individually in case you want to do so, because we didn't do that. Take a look at more of their grander stats. And the police officers, they're not that great. Fox-haired waifu, Miko, I like that one. And then who is this going to be? Akira. Okay, she's going to be one of the better supports in the game. She's also going to be a defense shredder. I think she's not going to be an actual healer in some regards, but in case you want someone who wants to make boss stages or the enemies a little bit squishier and your DPS to deal more damage, then she's going to be the one for you. But I'm not looking for that character. I'm looking for Kamiyana. Okay, hopefully I'm saying that right. I know my accent might be a little bit off. Open all. Kamiyana, is this you? Who is that? All right, this is gonna be a, I guess, masked waifu. She did give me that Kamiyana sort of vibe, so that's not going to be the one for me. All right, let's do open all. There's no SRs in this one. I also want that vampire dude if possible. Who is this going to be? Show me the money. Show me the faces. Who is it? That does not look like Kamiyana. It's gonna be like some sort of nun waifu. Oh, she still looks amazing. The animations, you have to give it to them. They definitely look pretty on point. Come on, we're gambling here at this point. Give me Kamiyana. Open all. We got 2 SRs on this one. That looks nothing like Kamiyana. Still, an idol-esque waifu? These animations, they really know how to do it right. You can sort of replay them within the databases in case you want to do so. Let's open the rest of them, and no vampire husbando right there. We're still gonna keep going for it. I want the Kamiyana. Show me the animation. She looks pretty cool as well. That devil-esque waifu. We already got the masked hero sort of waifu. Skip, skip, skip. Come on. So you can blitz through this rather quickly. And if you're wondering how long that red-haired, like I guess sort of FGO character, this guy, he's not that good, by the way. The rerolls takes around 15 to 20 minutes if you're doing a full reroll. You want to maximize all the tickets that you get and everything. And who is this going to be? This is a little bit different from the animations. Oh, I think that's going to be a healer. She definitely has some size, if you know what I mean. Lots of booba going on right there. Open all. Who's this going to be? I guess that's like the new sacred word that you can use on YouTube. Boba, booba. All right, this guy, he's not that good. He has no booba. He reminds me of like that one kid from World Trigger. Open all. Who's this going? I don't think he's a kid, by the way. That's like an alien in the World Trigger reference. Oh, this is gonna be a football or American football sort of character. We don't need a defender. We need a DPS. We need our Kamiyana. Okay, that's the waifu that I want. You're really making me work for this right now. No? Oh my goodness. How many of these am I going to do? So I might even have to reroll this account alone just so I can get Kamiyana. My goodness, because they keep giving me this. Oh, there we go. We just said her name. She finally appeared. This is the waifu. She reminds me of a vampire. I mean, she has like that wine, bloody sort of look. And there we go. Kamiyana right there. That's the one I've been looking for. All right, confirm. And I know everyone else is not as good, but I wanted the waifu. Yes, this is the one. Cannot be reversed. This, that, and the third. And then if you want to go ahead and use those tickets, inventory, and then go into consumables, and right here we can use them. This is going to be an SSR piece of gear, I think. So, oh no, it's going to be some other tickets. So let's do the free tickets right here. So we can do 6. Oh, this is what it meant by the free tickets. So it's just going to be a bunch of single summons. I guess we could do that. Let's just, okay, 5. You can probably collect 10 of them so you can make this process a little bit faster for yourself. And we're getting nothing but rares. How fitting in some ways, right? And there is going to be a shard system in this in case you're like, oh, do I want to try that out in that sense? Might be a game breaker for some, but it is what it is at the end of the day. And there are going to be some units that technically you can pay for, but I don't think any unit is completely like pay to win, like they're locked behind a paywall, I believe. Feel free to correct me in the comments in case I'm wrong on that one. We'll show, oh, a neutral? Dang, you really cucked me on that one, no offense. Go back into inventories and then go into consumables. I'm guessing use 2 times. Is this like gonna, okay, no, we got this dude, Kais. Why are the names in this game so difficult to say? All right, the guaranteed SSR ticket, and we got Hector of Lightning. Okay, I guess you could technically reroll from this point in case you want like 3 SSRs or at least 2 SSRs when you start the game. Shop right here so you guys can see the packages in case, you know, some people are turned off by the monetization. So you can get certain characters by spending the USDs, but at the same time, it's completely unnecessary. But I just wanted to cover this in case some folks are like, how's the monetization? Is this free to play friendly? In my opinion, it is in its own right, but not completely so, because like I said, there is going to be a shard system. Like you can see in the awakening section, it's going to be asking some shards for different characters. But the limit break feature, I don't believe it really requires, you know, to have dupes, which is really cool. You just have to be a certain account level. So level 4 is the account level that I currently have, or level 5. So technically speaking, I can upgrade this character, go to level up right here, bring him to level 5, and then you can't go any further. And then you go into skills right here, and then I can do skill level up, and it's going to tell me the requirement to hit max. It's going to be more gold or more expense. And there you go. That's going to be a look at some of the bare minimum features that I feel like most gacha games have. And then we got 5 million gold. But like I said, this game, it's a tower defense RPG. If you like the way it looks, if the tier list and sort of the reroll guides tickles your fancies and you want a different sort of waifu that you want to vibe on, because I feel like Carmiana might be a little bit different from Beatrice. If you don't know how Beatrice sort of looks, like I said, she's going to be more of your Lolly S style waifu. In case you're sort of into that, you can also switch their 2D arts right here. But I have to say, Carmiana right here, she really makes it to the top as far as one of the better waifus I would have to see and visually love in these sort of RPGs. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Was it 35,000 subs? We're doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day. Good luck on the rerolls if you're doing them. And let me know if you enjoy this game. See you guys in the next one.